Look here. Look here. Look, listen.
Welcome back to the Bubba YouTube channel. Guys, today's video is going to be a banger, so be sure to get that popcorn out and get bubbly with it. I ran 7 miles in the rain. Yeah, something that Big Titties over here never does in his life. He just does burpees and things. That's cardio. Yeah, I ran 7 miles in the rain non-stop just so I could get into flow state to roast this clown. Big Girl is crashing out on the internet. I finally think that we got a look here, look, listen moment. Shout out Sean Ranklin, shout out Wings of Watson. And the guy is just falling apart. He's taking heat from so many different YouTube channels all over the place. Guy can't handle it. He is always talking about how he's the most hated. He wears merch as most hated. But when he's actually taking heat, he turns into this huge whiny clown. He really can't take any criticism. It's all fugazi. The guy can't stand it. But anyway, John Bravo Films, great YouTuber. Be sure to check him out. Apparently, Big Titties has the most beef with this guy, and I think he sent him a video threatening like to beat him up, stomp him out, yada yada yada. Big Girl wants to fight all of his haters. He literally wants to fight the entire internet. Nobody wants that disgusting dead game Max. Get that off of my screen. Yeah, thank you, Big Titties. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the video. There's so many different things to speak about this issue. And every single time that Big Girl opens his mouth, there's just more and more things to expose him about. So this video is going to be a banger. Let's get going.
I like to throw hands. I'm just saying it. So don't press charges when you get fucked up or whatever it is. Don't press charges on me when you got to go to the hospital and you got them bills to pay because you chose to mouth off and get them up with me. Don't press charges. That's the only thing I got to say. If I take the L, I take the L. But when you take the L, which I know you will, whoever haters want to step up, don't press charges. That's the biggest thing.
Every single one of these insecure little alpha males always pulls the same card. I swear I've seen this happen so many times on the internet. They all think that they're the face of the UFC. They think they're like a premier fighter. These guys actually think they're John Jones. It's really crazy. They think that they do like one session of boxing that they're Floyd Mayweather. Guys like this are just simply too big. They're not lean enough. They're too out of shape. This guy does no cardio, right? He's going to throw 2 to 3 punches and then he's going to be tired. The human body just really can't support a frame like that. It doesn't work like that with sustained fighting, okay? So the only probably like thing that he could do to somebody is put like those big old titties on somebody, and the weight of those things might just crush somebody's neck. So if you do end up going up to this guy, watch out for those things. Those things may actually take you out. Well, let's talk about this. So I think he sent this like video to John Bravo because John Bravo titled his video that Big Girl threatened his life. So I'm only assuming that this video was privately sent, and the guy just makes a total clown of himself. He's really gonna turn into the next like Mike Van Wyck. He's going to probably get pressed by somebody or yada, 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 and then he's going to end up getting sued. No guy that drives around in a Lamborghini and has all his money really wants to throw hands. It's like all just showing out for the camera, similar to the whole Joey Stacks situation. Yeah, Joey Stacks pulled a knife on him in self-defense, but if Big Girl really wanted to do something, he could have like picked up a chair and like beat him with the chair or throw the chair at him. Like he could have done so many things instead of just screaming like an idiot, ruining all these people's day in that hotel, and then just saying that Joey Stacks was weak. If he was really about it, I guess he could have actually pressed him, but he's not going to do that. He's just doing everything for the camera. Don't believe a single thing that this idiot says.
Addressing the channels talking shit, they're just talking about old stuff, just old things that has happened over my time on social media the past 11 years. All right, fuck it. I'm going to keep making videos on Big. I'm going to keep making videos on Wes or Cali or whoever they hate on, man. There's so many people that get their names, ran through the mud and they try to hate on.
These little insecure alpha males, they also always do this. They will talk about other people, but they'll never bring up who they're speaking about. They believe if they use another man's name, then that somehow makes them beta. I don't understand it. Cornball Wes Watson does the same thing where he says if you speak about another man, then you are a beta, but if you subtweet them, then you're somehow alpha. Yeah, that's not really making any sense to me. But let's talk about it. So, Big Girl, right? He's obviously speaking about the Bubba channel and the Bubba community. Wes Watson, Idiot Cali Muscles, Big Girl. I make videos about these guys because they're all morally bankrupt individuals. These guys stand for nothing, and it just makes me really annoyed, honestly. So of course I cover it. I'm going to be covering so many other people on the channel. It's just that these three idiots, these three stooges have been gaining my attention as of recently. So Bubba Bros, be on the lookout and be sure to comment which people I should cover, because I'm always looking for your suggestions. You guys really do recommend great channels, and I have checked out quite a few and will be making videos about them. But Big Girl doesn't understand this whole concept of running my name through the mud. Nobody's running your name through the mud. It always starts with you at the end of the day. How about you just take some responsibility and stop acting so soft all the time? For somebody who's a really hard, violent, felon, criminal, this guy is so soft. And guess what? I honestly think he's become a new lolcow. Just look at some of these comments that people are leaving all over his YouTube channel. I honestly think it's hilarious. I'm probably just going to keep laughing the entire time while reading them. Big Girl has been working on a new channel recently, and it's always flooded with hate comments. I think this guy has become a lolcow because look, how did you guys take over the gym if there's literally no one there except the Sharmuta Cartel? That's what I'm always saying, man. He only has like 2 or 3 people, and then you have like Big Joe. But I kind of feel bad for Big Joe, or whatever his name is. He doesn't really say anything. He just keeps to himself, and he's the only remaining guy now in Strength Cartel. He should probably bounce, but you got another comment here. 1 scoop of Wes Watson pre-workout and you're ready to get pegged. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they have Wes Watson on the Strength Cartel, and it's been exposed that he gets his cheeks clapped by women. Can you imagine? What? I'm not going to go into that. Anyway, all right, let's look at some other comments. Larry must be super embarrassed having the Sharmuta Cartel at his gym. So glad he ain't wearing none of that garbage merch. Like I'm telling you, look at this one. Yo, Big Girl, Sadio, Bubba needs to teach you how to get views. And like there's always just like so many comments on this page, and sometimes I'll just look at it while I'm bored and I just laugh so hard because the heat is just never taken off of these guys. And what is that called? Is that called Order 66? Like when people send other like of their subscribers to a content creator. I just need to make it clear, YouTube, I'm not doing that. I'm pretty sure you can get in trouble for telling your subscribers to go Order 66 somebody. So that's definitely not going on here. People are just doing this on their own accord, which honestly makes it even funnier because this is like organically trolling Big Girl. But let's talk about this, right? So Big Girl, he wants to act so tough, but he had to go under anesthesia or whatever to get his tattoos. If you don't believe me, let's roll the clip. What you're watching right now is Big Titties getting all oiled up so that he can have this huge Aztec or Mayan tattoo all over his body. I was under the impression that if you get a tattoo, you're supposed to earn it through the pain and suffering along the journey. However, maybe that's just me, but I thought that was like this common knowledge or common belief among everybody that gets tattoos. Now let's bring up this, okay? Big Girl has been accused of just like trying to represent raza or Chicano culture in order to sell an image. I'm not going to really sit here and say that he is something and he's not when it comes to like race and culture. I don't really think that's like appropriate, and I'm in any position to be saying stuff like that. But you have one camp, right, who believes that Big Girl is like this super, I don't know, like Chicano roots type of guy, and like that's who he is. And then you have another group that accuses him of being half Filipino, half white, that his name is Jake Johns and he's from a really rich neighborhood and blah 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 blah, right? Now like I said, I'm not going to make a definitive opinion about that because who knows? Like, I don't know like his whole backstory in terms of culture and stuff. So I just don't really feel like it's appropriate. I feel like I'm kind of like speaking outside of my boundaries when it comes to that. But I thought I would bring it up because you as a community, Bubba Bros, like you got to come to your own conclusions about stuff. Sure, you listen to the video, you may support the channel, yada, 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 right? But I always preach making your own decisions at the end of the day. So do your own research about that and then come to your own conclusions. But he's been accused of misrepresenting Raza for money. I think Dubs and Gunner, great YouTube content creators, they talk about that. So head on over to their channel if you want to get more knowledgeable about that issue. So this guy, right, he represents all these different things, all these like Chicano imagery, super proud, Hispanic. But he's partnered up with Wes Watson, who made some pretty derogatory comments about Mexican people.
The Northerners aren't allowed to get fucked up.
Northerners can't use dope. They're more militant, but they still got that Mexican body, bro. They don't really fucking get in shape. So they get distracted way quick. They eat a couple spreads, and they look like shit still. It's very rare that a Mexican ever looks good in shape. They just don't. They just don't. But it's very rare that you're like, look at that jacked-ass Mexican
But
dude.
why is that?
It's their genetics of loving their food. Dude, they got the best food on earth, dog. You know what time
you're
it is.
right, yeah.
Dude, the best food on earth is what Mexicans bring.
Yeah, it doesn't get more blatant than that. Saying that Mexican people can't get in shape because of their genetics, that's as racist as it gets. I'm not the type of guy to overreact to things, try to look for the little things that may offend somebody, but when you start saying bullshit like that, it's just clearly and obviously racist. Like, I don't tolerate that bullshit. That's whack as hell to say. And Wes Watson is a total absolute goober for saying that. Now, I brought all this up, right, because it connects to this final point. You see Big Girl over here, right, and then Cali Fake Muscles. Am I wrong to say that Wes Watson has made them his bitch? Like, you have another man's initials on your chest. You try to, like, stand for raza. Like, you try to sell, like, this whole imagery of Chicano culture. And then you're collabed with a guy that makes explicitly racist comments about Mexican people's genetics and blah, 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 right? What type of clown does that? That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. What do you guys think? Do you think Wes Watson has made these two clowns his bitch? Because when I see all this, when I connect all the dots, it's the only conclusion that I can come to. So there you have it. You got big titties over here, scarfing down, dead game Max. And I'm just tired of talking about this clown. So if you enjoyed the video, then please be sure to smash that like button so other people may see this video. The Bubba community is growing every single day. So if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hopefully y'all have an amazing day, and I'll catch y'all later. Stay blessed.